Tony, thanks as ever for joining us, especially as I know it's really busy for you at the moment. Just want to talk transfers. So we've seen six guys come through the door already, and all of them we know that you rate incredibly highly. How do you feel the window's gone so far?
I feel like it's gone very well. We've had players that we've chased, and some of our top targets have come in, which is always great. And there's still time in the window. So knowing that we're still working every day, I feel great about where we're at. I don't think we're done yet, but I think we've done some really good business. And on a player by player basis, I think we could talk them through. But we've already seen some good impact, and we've had good results in the cup, but not in the league. And I think it's important for us to make this all translate to playing well in our league matches. And I think we have now some really good players in who can help us. In addition to the squad we already had, that got us here. And there's a lot of great players in the squad. And this process is always tricky when you've got players you really rate from your squad, and you've also got new people coming in. But it's the same process I've used for 4 years. This is my fifth season as a director of football, and our whole team came in through the same process. So I think I feel very good about it, and it's still a work in progress, though, for sure. We're not done with the business.
Yeah. And we know that Scott Parker's more involved in the process than perhaps previous head coaches were. Can you just talk us through how that works in practical terms during these tricky times?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I've always invited the coaches to come and be a part of our meetings. And Scott is more frequently attending my recruitment meetings than any coach we've ever had. And now that I'm not able to be there every day at Motspur with you guys, it's imperative that we have recruitment meetings and talk online and use technology, just like you and I would have sat together and done a conversation in person under normal circumstances. Now we've become more accustomed to doing these online. And I think Scott and I are the same way. Through the restart, we've been communicating online and doing, video chats and FaceTimes to talk. And it's worked well for us. And it worked well through the restart and through the playoffs. And now for the recruitment, I think we've talked through a lot of signings this way. And it enabled us to get together when I wasn't able to be there at Wembley because of the quarantine rules. That same day we were working on players, and I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing this with our team, with James and Brian and Alistair, and now with Scott. And we have a great group of scouts that works really hard. It's harder than ever to scout players in this environment in the COVID era. But on the scouting side, I've loosened up on the number that everything has to go through the scouting system and be a certain rating number by the scouts. I loosened up on that on Josh, actually, because Josh did not have the super high scouting grade. But what Josh did have was a lot of buy-in from Scott, and he also had the statistics and the data. And while I didn't have the scouting database grade, the certain number of grades at a certain number from the right number of scouts, that I would normally try to get the feedback on live scouting from a player. Scott's feedback was very valuable to me on that. And between his feedback and the data, that was my two boxes.
And so what you're seeing a lot in the media at the moment is linking up with centre backs. Like there's a lot of names of centre backs flying around. Are you able to give us any insights on that, or let us know of any progress in that department at all?
Yes, we've worked a lot on recruitment of center backs. It's a very important position for us, and defensively, we need to do a better job than we've done. We need to do a better job defensively than we did the last time we were in the Premier League, and we need to do a better job defensively than we've done in these first couple of matches in our return to the Premier League. In the championship, I think we did an excellent job on defense last year, and I give all the credit in the world to Scott and his coaches and to our squad. And those same players, I think, they're going to have to really step up to the competition of the Premier League. We were a top 4 defense in the championship, but we're not going to have that same expectation in the Premier League. But I do need us to tighten it up. And so we are looking at center backs. I've spoken to center backs. There have been people who've come and visited us. There are people that I thought were maybe going to be available sooner that have had some medical issues. There were people that we were very close to a deal and it fell apart. There was one player that I thought was going to sign on a free transfer, and there was a loan deal I looked at. There was a player who we were talking to who got COVID-19. There have been a lot of issues, but we have not for lack of effort or a lack of a good process, frankly, because I think we've identified a lot of good players. There are a variety of reasons we haven't signed any of them yet, but we are getting closer to doing that. And I think it's imminent that you'll probably see somebody in here. It doesn't mean they're going to walk into a spot and start, because we have some players here that have earned these positions over the last several years and done a lot for us. And we need those players to step up and do more for us in the Premier League, but we also are going to have competition at center back and every position.
And obviously, there's still some time left in the window. Given how many difficult factors that are in play when you're trying to secure any player, how much more activity do you think we can expect?
I'm looking to sign a couple more players, probably. I think you can expect a couple more. I'm not sure exactly what the number is going to be, but we're still talking to a few players, and I'm not sure exactly what will come. As I was saying to Alistair and James and Scott today, you really never know till the end of the window. A lot of times we've brought players in that weren't really in the conversation early in the window, and other times we get stuff done early. In January of 2018, Matt Target came in earlier in the January window, whereas Mitrovic came in at the end. So I think we've had players that have come in and done some good stuff early in this window and early in other windows, but a lot of our big impact players have come at the end of a window. So I don't think it's impossible to think that in the next several days here, as we look to wrap the window, I still expect to see in the next couple of weeks maybe a couple more players. Again, we have a really good squad here. I think we have great players that have come in over the last several years, and it's going to create competition, which is great because in both of our promotion seasons, I think there was a lot of good competition at key positions, and that's always been a good thing for us. And just through the restart here, we had great competition at a lot of the positions, and it was really beneficial. Also, that depth really helped us coming back, getting all our players fit. It helped to have a deep squad and being able to, have quality substitutions and being able to change up the lineups throughout the season. It's really suits us. And now that we've made a good run in the cup and just beat Sheffield Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to playing Brentford in the cup very much. I think that's another great opportunity for a lot of our players to show what they can do for us.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Javi Pereira's recently left Fulham. Could you just get a word from you on that?
Yeah, I will miss Javi. I'm sorry he wasn't here longer. I love Javi. And I've always really rated Javi. He was an important part of our staff in the first promotion season I was a part of, and really from when I took over the recruitment. Slav and Javi and Stuart were a great staff, and Stuart's obviously still here with us. Javi, it was great having him back, and I wanted to get back to doing the things we were doing when we were winning, and I wanted to work with the people we worked with when we were winning. And I thought Scott had built a great staff with Stuart back, and also with great coaches like Matt Wells. And I really thought it would be great in my recruitment department to add more to the scouting and to have somebody who knows our squad and knows the players we're looking for and knows the football we play. And I thought it'd be great to have Javi. He wasn't here as long as I would have liked, and unfortunately, very early in this window, right after we got promoted, Javi had gotten offered another position, so he hasn't really been with us the last several weeks. But I'll miss him a lot, and I hopefully will see him again soon. When we parted ways the first time, I was very sad to lose Slav and Javi both, and I care a lot about both of them, and it was great to have Javi back, albeit briefly.
Well, Tony, as always, great catching up. Thank you for giving us a quick update. I know you're completely rammed, really busy at the moment, so we do appreciate it. And hopefully catch up again when the window's closed.
I hope so, Jeff. It's great to see you. I mean, I'm looking forward to when I don't have to do my meetings every day online, but I think a lot of people can relate to that. And we're all dealing with it. And I think the important thing is that we're all in it together. And even though I'm not physically there with you guys, everybody's been so great about, bringing me in on video and things like that, where I feel like I'm there with you. And we'll just keep working at it. And I know we need to do a better job than we've done. And I'm looking forward to doing it. I think we will do it. And I'm really encouraged by the way this squad has played. Moments that in our league games, I think there have been great moments, but we haven't put a great 90 minutes in the league together in our first 2 matches yet. But I'm encouraged by the way we've played in the cup, and I'm encouraged by the way we've been training. And I have high hopes for Villa on Monday. And I just really appreciate you always doing these with me, Jeff. It's great to see you since I can't see you in person. Thanks for catching up with me online.